Hello everybody, it's Dave and I'm sat with CK.
Did you see me? I'm so used to being this guy. I'm used to being this guy.
You're the interviewee, are you? Or interviewer?
Typically I lead proceedings.
Oh, excellent.
But I'm happy to not do so here, Dave. How are you?
I'm great, mate. First time we've met. What is it you do?
So I'm CK Goldiing. I'm a content and PR specialist. I have an agency called Icons and Machines. Our principal area of expertise is PR, and we create ad campaigns as well.
Oh, excellent. So what's your main tip then for customers? What's the biggest thing you've seen today, what you enjoyed?
They were about 3 questions wrapped into one then. We're going to have to
I'm
slow...
fast.
I mean, when you say what is my main tip for customers, in what area?
In what you do.
Okay, the one thing I would... Okay, let's look at it from strictly PR.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you're a small to medium-sized business and people are acutely aware of your business. You can achieve so much more if you actually elevate you as the founder of that business, not from a salesman's point of view saying buy this, buy that, but whatever has brought you to where you are now, if that is an engaging enough story, which it probably is. I say this to everybody has a superpower. My definition of a superpower is a really interesting story. They might have overcome adversity.
Okay, yeah.
And that's brought them to where they are now. Now, if you communicate that story in a really authentic, true and honest way, then people are thinking, oh yeah, I can relate to that. What do you do, by the way? Do you know what I mean? Once they've got through the seductive story, then they'll want to find out what you do and then they'll access your business. So what I say to people and what I help my clients do is using their narrative as a gateway to their business, not their products.
Right.
Not buy this.
What's your story?
I mean, it depends how many you want, but most critically, I once survived in London for 6 months with £100.
Oh, excellent.
That was a challenge I set myself, and off the back of that challenge, which spanned 6 months, online, exclusively digital, through Facebook videos, YouTube videos, through that, I realised how to tell a seductive story, which now informs everything I do from a branding and communication and advertising point of view, or a PR point of view. Now, once you've got a hero story, that will then follow you around in a very positive way. Mark Zuckerberg's hero story, he was a nerd tinkering around in his dorm, right? Yeah. He was mucking about with his computers. I'm not massively into computers, so if I just glaze over, that's why.
I am, so you're all right. Carry on. You carry on.
You can fill in the gaps, Dave.
Yeah.
He was a geek tinkering in his dorm, mucking about. He wanted to connect with his mates. They were ranking the attractiveness of women. 15 years later, Facebook is a burn-off. That's his hero story. That never changes, but everybody knows it, right? Yeah. So if you can communicate your hero story, that gets to the point whereby you can leverage that with whatever new you have to sell, right? So I recently did a short film called 61 Hugs.
Oh, right, okay.
Right?
Is that on YouTube? Can we find it?
That's everywhere. Like, that went semi-viral.
Right. But so it's 61 Hugs.
61hugs.com. Are you from Sheffield, Dave?
I'm in Yorkshire, Doncaster.
Okay, so the basic premise, I was challenged to leave my house into the busy streets and I had to ask 61 strangers for a hug.
Oh, okay.
And all the good, bad and everything in between was captured in this short 22-minute film. Now, I wanted the world to know about that film because everybody that watched it loved it, but I wanted as many people to see it as possible. So when I was sending out press releases to media outlets, what was my hook? Well, this is the guy that survived in London for 6 months and 100 quid. He's weird. He likes doing these things. Because I couldn't say I've got this new film, who cares?
Yeah.
My hero story is 2 years ago I did this.
Right.
So that is my Zuckerberg thing.
And people like to see them stories.
People don't, it's not so much they like to see them, we're wired to receive stories.
Right.
We're wired to consume stories and feel a buzz out of a story. No one comes out of the womb and thinks, do you know what I really need? I need a 64-inch TV. We don't think that way, but when our mum and our dad starts reading us a story, we're just, tell me another one. We're fundamentally wired to connect with stories, not stuff. And I help businesses and company owners communicate their story. Look, can I be honest?
Yep.
What I say to every single one of my clients when I decide whether or not we can work together, I say, you do know that nobody cares about your products. What do you mean? When you're reaching out to press, radio, TV, they have no vested interest in communicating your product unless you're paying them to do so. So what's going to be your gateway?
Yeah.
What's going to be your gateway for the radio, for the TV to want to talk about you?
So it takes me back to when I was childhood. Some of the best stories I ever heard was from my grandparents about the war. And now Remembrance has just finished, and they were amazing, some of the stories. So you're literally bringing that into your business. Yeah?
100%. And, I mean, listen, I love Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, Dave. Hansel and Gretel
You
is
just
my
want to eat
favourite.
all the sweets, didn't you?
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You see, we've spent no less than 5 minutes together, and he's got the measuring me. I'm all about the food. I'm all about the food.
Yeah, me too.
I love Hansel and Gretel, but fundamentally, humans love stories in whatever form it takes. Whether it's your mate telling you an anecdote. Oh my God, guess what happened at the weekend? The minute you say to someone, oh my God, guess what happens? We're into story mode. What happened?
Yeah, we want to know, intrigued.
We are obsessed with stories, but it's a very subconscious thing.
Yeah.
And it's tapping into that element of humanity. That's what
great.
I do.
It's been great to hear about this, and
Thank
I
you.
loved it. It's the first time I've ever seen you at these events.
Uh-huh.
Is it your first time, or have I just missed you?
Do you mean by that you've seen me online and stuff?
I have. I've seen you online, but it's the
Okay.
first time I've seen you at a business showcase.
It is. I mean, again, and I'm not a huge fan of business networking because I'm an artist and a creator,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I generally find settings like this aren't my default place to be.
Yeah.
But that's not to say there's not value of being in these places. So I'm always trying to stretch myself, right?
What brought you here today?
A couple of my friends were speaking, and I wanted to show them our
excellent.
support.
Yeah.
And in fact, someone I've worked with recently on how he communicates what he does in an engaging way,
Yeah.
the Rest Bandit, Paul Dickinson, he was speaking about how can I catch what Paul does. Do you get enough rest? Or
Me?
do you,
I never used to. I've started to. Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
all right. So Paul's all about getting the balance between work and recharging your body.
Yeah.
Right? Because we charge our phone,
Yeah.
we charge our tablet, we charge our MacBook, our laptops. We don't give ourselves time to recharge, which is just doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So Paul's all about how can we actually set aside more valuable time for us to rest without feeling guilty.
Right.
So so when Paul said that to me, I came up with a few creative ways to communicate that in a very understandable way online.
Right. Oh, interesting.
Just to give context.
Yeah.
So I came to see him talk.
And so is it your first time then?
At a business networking, or this one specifically.
Right. Would you recommend people come?
Oh, 100%,
Yeah.
I genuinely would. And it's just, I really would.
Yeah.
So,
I've met some great
speak to
people
Dave.
today, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to grab some people for interviews.
Yeah.
Because it's been a real buzz this time. I don't know, it's changed.
Well, are you talking specifically about the Sheffield Business Show,
No,
Dave, or just networking
networking
generally?
in general.
Right.
These kinds. I think people are starting to change, and they're realising that talking more and sharing their ideas and sharing the stories of the business, it seems to be getting out there more.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So, because people have I love consultations with people. Do you know what I love most about a consultation with a potential client? Is they'll be telling me their story of what's got them from A to B.
Yeah.
They'll gloss over something. They'll, oh, by the way, and then this happened, and they'll skip. Hang on.
I want to know
that thing.
go back.
Right. Listen. With no exceptions, no one ever recognises what their hero story is. What is their hook? Right. The hook of their story that the press are going to want to talk about. I would say, out of everyone I've ever spoken to, 95% of people haven't got a clue. They'll just breeze over. Hang on, whoa.
That's me.
That's the thing. That's the thing that we're going to leverage in your press release or your outreach on our outreach to press. That's the thing. But no one ever knows what the thing is. And what you just said about telling stories and how people are becoming more open to do it and more ready to do it.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And I love this. Well done, man. There's not enough of this stuff going on.
Oh well.
Video content is the future, right? And it's like.
I just love doing interviews.
And you're great at
I'm
it.
practicing.
You're great at it. You're great at it. Do you know what? Do you know what? I know for a fact the majority of people watching this right now, like that CK guy can talk, but what they're missing is how good you are at listening. You're good at responding. Bearing in mind my background's as a presenter, radio, TV, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I kind of.
Oh, I'm honoured.
So you should be. You're really good at listening, then actually adjusting, rather than. This is what I'm going to ask. This is what I want from CK, and I'm going to ask regardless of where the conversation. You're just good at adjusting.
Go with flow.
Yeah.
Go with flow.
I think you are. Do you do a lot of this?
No.
But I can tell you really enjoy it.
I do enjoy it.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell. So how much of this stuff have you done?
Probably about 20.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that you're no novice.
No, I've done 6 today.
Wow.
So yeah, I've not done that many. I'm still learning.
Oh, you mean 20 interviews?
Interviews, yeah.
And are they all on? Is it your YouTube?
No, this is for Fresh Start Events. We do their video production.
Sure.
So I always said to them, look, let's get some reviews.
No, but what I meant is, where's this going to go on the Fresh?
Oh, this will go at Fresh Start Events, on ours, and wherever you
want.
want.
Is there a YouTube? Where will I find?
I have got a YouTube.
Where will I find my handsomeness? Is basically.
Oh well, pop over to David Johnson, and it's Loudcrowd. But CK, honestly, it's been a pleasure.
Mate, thank you sincerely.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that, bud.
Thank you. Cheers.